trying to record with my back camera actually. So today I want to talk about the need, our need to feel control in our lives, and it actually shows through the kind of things we indulge in when we want to escape from our lives. And I think mostly for us it's gaming, where we can actually get the feeling of having control, of achieving things without actually leaving our rooms. And you mostly have the option to save the game and then to load it again, so the risk actually decreases. So you have such a cheap substitute of real life, achievements, of real life situations where you can actually exude the control and actually get the feeling of satisfaction. And I think many of us, especially those on the path of self-improvement, where we're not maybe on the bottom, but in some advanced stage, where we, or maybe even at the beginning, where we just have this feeling like we don't have enough control over our lives. And many times it's our habits that chip away at our mental health. And I'm talking about the bad habits. So as before mentioned, gaming, maybe it's some kind of substance abusement. That's how we call it, abusement, I think so. So it's basically an addiction: alcohol, cigarettes, drugs, and any kind of other addiction where we just want to escape from our lives and just forget about the lack of control over the events in the real world. So, taking advantage of a different mindset, we can take over the control over our lives and get it back. But as mentioned, it takes the change in mindset. So it takes a broader perspective, some kind of maybe not a switch. This change of mindset happens over some time, so it's not instantaneous. It happens, it's a process. And it's something we definitely need to work on to regain the satisfaction in life, and for the feeling of satisfaction to actually be pure and to not feel cheap, to feel real. So I think the first thing we have to do is working on letting go of the bad habits. So maybe giving up on those substances, giving up on gaming, and you have to do it gradually. Sometimes you can drop a habit like this. It's mostly not a long-term mindset, because mostly when we drop a habit, just like a switch, we go back to it after some time. Like, it depends on the kind of self-control you have, but it has to be a process. So if you game, I don't know, some people are really addicted, so they game like, I don't know, 4 hours, 6 hours a day. So dropping it like maybe 1 week you go from 6 hours to 5 hours and 50 minutes. So a 10 minute actually chip away. It's really small, but if you then gradually chip away at this time, you'll get to a stage where you gain 4 hours. So that's 2 hours less than in the past. So if you continue with this process, you will actually drop it, maybe actually completely, and you can just slowly replace it with something that gives you the control back. So maybe having a useful hobby that you can make money with, maybe learning for a job change, maybe investing in your relationships, stuff that actually gives you benefits in the long term. It's not an easy topic to talk about, and it's even harder to actually do it, but I think many of us struggle with it, if not all, more or less, and it's worth to talk about it. It's worth to read about it, to write about it, because it's real. It's part of life.